Well, good Thursday morning. Nice rainy day, and thankful for the rain. Boy, we're getting it though, that's for sure. And so we'll see how all that plays out. Of course, as always, the old Weather Channel is just blasting through with flood updates and warnings and all that. So anyway, we're probably in this area here. I think what last forecast I saw, we're in somewhere 2 to 4 inch range. I would definitely say we're going to be on the high side of that. So we'll see how it all plays out. If you're out and about today, be safe. Better off to stay inside and stay dry if you're able to. Had a good service last night. Appreciate everyone who was able to be a part of it. And I know some were unable to be there, and that's fine as well. Hope you're able to at least join in online. Great study in Psalm 103. Wonderful text for us to take a good look at what God has done for us, who God is, change our perspective around on things, and put the praise where it needs to be. Stop our moaning and groaning and whining and complaining, and get busy for God. And it's an amazing thing sometimes where we find ourselves. And I challenge you to not let life get you down, not let the circumstances weigh you down and the burdens and all that. Stay focused where you need to, and be mindful of that. I want to get into our study here this morning. And once again, we really come back to this reality of how do I receive instruction? We talked last time in verses 1 through 9 on the value of instruction and the importance of wisdom. Verse number 7 described it as the principal thing, and therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. The realities of exalting wisdom, and the reality that that's going to give great reward. And this is an important concept in Proverbs. Now, the question is, how do we receive this kind of instruction? And when you look at what's going on here in chapter 4, you've got a young father who is taking his young son, sitting him down and giving him instruction, giving him advice, just as his father did. And so now the question is, all right, how is this individual going to respond to that instruction? It's easy for us to respond favorably to instruction with which we agree. What about the instruction, though, that challenges us? What about the instruction or the questions that maybe contradict how we're thinking? What about the cautions that someone may throw out and say, hey, do you really think that's a good idea? Is this going to take you closer to the Lord? And sometimes we make decisions that unfortunately lead us further away from the Lord. Proverbs chapter 4 is a chapter that is describing two different paths. When it's all said and done, there's a simple reality: you're either on the right path or you're on the wrong path. And it is important that we evaluate our lives and be sure that we are on that right path. Every step that we take is putting us on a path, and that path is going to lead to a particular destination. It's logical then that we need to be sure that the path that we're on is the right path. And this is going to become a little bit more obvious as Proverbs 4 advances. So now, with that being said, the father recognizes this reality that there's a dangerous path and there's a right path. There's a path that is going to produce great blessing, and there's a path that's going to produce great hardship and great chastisement. And so he sits down with his son, and he is warning his son about taking the wrong path. In the midst of that warning, where we're looking today, he once again highlights the importance of listening to that instruction. Too many times it goes in one ear and out the other, or it doesn't even enter one ear, and the person just says, no, I've got this, just leave me alone, I can handle it. And that's a very dangerous place for us to be. And so we need to obviously stay clear of that. And we need to obviously have a heart and a mind that is willing to accept instruction. So he says in verse number 10, hear, O my son, and receive my sayings. Listen, son. Okay. I don't know how many times I heard that growing up, but listen, son, and receive my sayings, accept my words. There's a hard attitude behind this. It's not just listen in the sense of hearing it, but it's an acceptance of what it is that's being stated. And the promise is, the years of thy life shall be many. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to live to be 96, but it does suggest that as a general principle this is going to be the case. But it's also, I think, going to suggest there's a fullness to those years and a blessing to those years. He explains in verse 11, I have taught thee in the way of wisdom, I have led thee in right paths. In other words, what he's able to say is, son, I've taught you the way of wisdom. I've led you, I've caused you to walk on or tread upon paths that are upright or right paths. I've done this for you. I think probably by way of verbal instruction as well as by way of personal example that the Father has illustrated this. By the way, rest assured that it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you post about how much you love Jesus. If your life doesn't back it up, I promise you, your kids are going to spot the inconsistency. Be what you need to be and be where you need to be, and you'll find that you'll be much more respected. It's very easy to hide behind a keyboard and a TV screen and type out, how much I love Jesus. There's another reality, though, to the Christian life that's going to give a lot more evidence to that reality. I've taught you in these things, he says. Verse number 12, when thou goest or when you walk, thy steps shall not be straightened. Now you might be looking at that saying, what? I thought it would be a good thing if they were straightened. Notice the spelling of that. There's a difference between this straightened, Straitened, and Straightned, all right? So, or Ened or whatever it is. But anyway, all right, the straight with a GH in it is the one that straightens the curves out, all right? This is the word that suggests you're restricted. So when you're walking, if you listen to what I'm saying, he says, you're not going to be hindered. You're not going to be restricted. And when you run, thou shalt not stumble. You're not going to be caused to stumble or to stagger. So there's great value in this, but it's only going to be valuable to the person who accepts it and receives it. Take fast hold of instruction. The word instruction is the word for training. It doesn't just mean a verbal session of instruction, but it suggests a training that takes place in all the different ramifications and forms in which it may take. Take fast hold of it or seize it and grasp it. Don't let this go, he says. Keep her, keep a watch over her, guard her, for she is thy life. There is so much importance to what he is saying that he is urging his son to listen. I'm just going to say, as I kind of wrap this up, we are living in a culture that is not good at listening. We hear what we want to hear, we reinterpret what we hear, we miss a significant percentage of what is said. One of the reasons I go to handouts a lot, just to try to facilitate recollection, to try to minimize wandering of minds and all of that. But it is just a constant struggle. Our society is so reel driven, and YouTube shorts and all of these things, that we've got the attention span of a gnat. And we need to be better. We need to listen. And we all can be challenged. I can be challenged by this and am challenged by it. But let's be good listeners, and let's value the instruction. At some point in time, there comes a point in our lives when the instruction that we are given is no longer available. And we want to be sure that we're taking advantage of that, that our focus is where it needs to be, and that we're truly uh, accepting of the instruction, even that instruction that challenges how I think. So let's listen, let's pay attention a little bit better. Well, I appreciate you guys, appreciate your faithfulness on here as always. I hope this is a help to you. Be safe out there today. I know the weather's a little bit on the wet side. All right, God bless you guys, appreciate you. Lord willing, I'll see you back here in the morning. Have a great day today. Take care.